Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As y'all can see by the title in today's video, we're here to talk about why speed on your big man is more important than you think in NBA 2K20. And we're talking all different types of reasons. Offense, defense, rebounding, everything. So, I hope y'all enjoy the vid. If you do, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all that good stuff. Let's try this one to 1,000 likes in the first 24 hours. This squad right here played us 3 times. I'm showing y'all 2 of the games, and I'll even maybe show you the end of game 3. But this right here, you can see, they got the offensive threat with sharp takeover, they got the 3-level score, which is the 2-way sharp, and they got their paint beast at the 3. Now this is the thing that we're going to be talking about in particular, that paint beast at the 3. You can see he's a power forward, which means he's no taller than 7 foot at most, but I believe this dude looks like he's around 6'11 to 7 foot, like a lot of people like to make their bigs, and we're here to talk about why not to do that. But you can see events 1 all across the board. Our lineup right here is some very unorthodox stuff, right? So we have CB Chillin, I call him Kitchen, he's on his play shot with sharp takeover. Cook on his 2-way sharp with shot creator takeover with minimum wingspan, and he's our lockdown build. And then my finisher at the 3 is what we're mainly talking about in this video. So, as y'all know, I like to put the shine on my teammates a lot in all these gameplays. However, in this one, we're going to be talking about my build as far as what it brings to the table, as far as speed, on offense, defense, everything. So you're going to see all types of stuff, versatility in the driving game as well, speed, contact, dunks, all that stuff. But that's not mainly what we're talking about. We're talking about for lob catching, for playing hedge defense, switching on to ball handlers, everything. Speed is so much more important than a lot of you guys think, and I don't know why everybody always sits here and thinks that 7 foot plus bigs are the way to go with these things. Now right there, not gonna lie, gave up the roll pretty easy. Not gonna lie, speed can't really do much for that as high as I played right there, but you're gonna see so many things in action, and we're talking speed right there to be able to get open for the lob lane. You're gonna see early on I have so many like paint takes and points off just like I said, speed, and that's, I know y'all gonna hear the word speed at least 15 times in this video, but it's because it's truly all about that. You can see I have the speed to recover on the help defense, and then in transition out for the lob, just like that, 6-0. Now you just wait because the run's not over. Cook gets the steal on the inbound right here. I'm back in transition. Not gonna lie, I don't know if he meant to do this, but he boxed off that big man perfectly with a post up for me to catch the lob on that. And the whole principle of that, any build could have finished that lob right there, but it activates my takeover. And if you guys have seen my video explaining what attributes get boosted by each takeover being active, you would know you get 10 speed and 10 vert. And this is where we transition the video to this topic as well, where vertical is a super underrated thing as far as your bigs go as well. And a lot of people, they just make these 7 foot plus, you know, pure rims or rim sharps or anything like that. They have around 59 to like 61 speed or something like that too, and then have under 50 vertical as well. It's awful, bro. It's terrible. And you're going to see later in this video when we transition to the whole rebounding aspect of it, because obviously when I get my slasher takeover, they're going to stop helping so much in the paint and stop giving up lobs so easy. And again, the whole point of that is, even though they're sitting there camping in the paint, it still allows me to get near the rebound because of my speed. A lot of times, I don't know if you guys feel this, whether you've been on a tall big and a short big, or if you want to call my guy a short big, right, like a 6'9", type of build like mine. You can see right there, not gonna lie, I didn't get the rebound, but you can see how I was able to get past him for the box out. If it weren't late and super contested like that and almost airball, probably would have had the rebound just because of the box out. But again, my whole point is speed helps with everything: rebounding, defending, being versatile to switch on to ball handlers in the offensive game, to not be so one-dimensional and so easy to help off of, as you're going to see in this video too, where I'm helping really high, and it's because I can still get back to the paint super easily. Now, I will say, with like a rim sharp, obviously speed doesn't matter quite as much, because on the offensive end you don't need speed. You don't rely on it to be able to get open and catch lobs and stuff like that too. Like for instance right there, where obviously I'm faster than him, beat him to the box out. He wouldn't have been able to really finish a lob because I got back in transition as well. Whereas with the rim sharp, you can kind of just pop out, get out of the way. It doesn't hurt you that much on the offensive end, but it definitely hurts on the defensive end. But that is the nice bonus of a rim sharp, is that, like I said, it doesn't affect your offense too poorly. But with this player right here, who was also a paint beast and, you know, was like an inside big, not sure if he was a pure rim or, you know, the other paint beast where it's the finishing and defense pie chart like mine. But the whole point is he's taller than me, right? So obviously he lacks the speed, vert, driving dunk, all types of stuff like that to get the lob packages. And an inside big with no lob packages, no speed, and no vert, in my opinion, is just useless. Now, I'm not calling this dude a bad player by any means. I'm just telling him basically that he's on the wrong build. And if we were to switch builds, honestly, he'd probably be outplaying me right now. Again, my build is just able to play better hedge defense right there. I would have beat him to the box out, but again, I just kind of run around him because I'm faster, and then out jump him because my vert is better. Again, right there, I mean, that would have been easy rebound. Like, I'm trying to tell y'all, if he were on my build and I were on his, I'd be struggling right now, and that's the fact of the matter. I made a 6'10 pure rim, and even that I feel like is too slow and too tall, and I'm just not a big fan of the tall builds in every 2K, whether it be in the past or even right now. And as you can see, this was my build day one of the game. 6'9" finisher, small forward, with the intentions of playing big man. It was never gonna be to, you know, play the wing or anything like that. Obviously, I can't really shoot that well. And again, the whole point is I transitioned from last year in 2K18 and 17. In 17, I had a 7-foot big man. That was seen as undersized. In 18 and 19, I had a 6'11 big man. Those were both seen as undersized. And now at 6'9", I almost feel like this build is considered oversized. Like, to play the big man in stage, or even park for that matter, I feel like even 6'8 would be perfect. But again, boom, speed. Get into the lanes for the rebounding. I understand he got me on that one. I'm low-key kind of pushing it a little too much. Y'all probably are noticing that. And we're going to transition to the second gameplay and not talk about it too much. But again, I really want to drive this point forward because it's so true. Beat him to the box out. Again, there are very unspoken things just because he greened it right there that you don't really see. And I don't know what was up with that, but you get the deal. There are just unspoken things you see with like beating them to the box outs, not relying on Worm so much because you have the speed to get around him rather than relying on an automated badge that really doesn't work all that well in the first place either. And that is one reason why 7-3s are super like underused and like undervalued this year, is because Worm, it does what it's supposed to, but to like another point where the animation takes too long, so it's just useless to that point. But again, nice hedge right there. It's just so hard for these point guards to get open to with like a slow big man. He does get that one right there as well. And the one thing I will give tall bigs as well is I think they set a little bit better of screens, and I definitely did make mention of that because it is true. They definitely set bigger bodies. That is absolutely true, but they don't have the ability to do this stuff right here. And while it doesn't require much skill to just set a screen, run to the rim, and hold down on your stick for the lob, like I said, it's a very essential part of like being the big man on stage 3s or even just regular park 3s or anything like that, as well as playing hedge defense like this right here is also important. You see right there, the fear of the crab, man. I tell you what, if you guys watched the video from yesterday, me and Cook were both sitting there thinking that like, yo, no crabs allowed right now. we both jump at the shot contest right there. And you can see that lockdown low key. I don't know if the second game that I'm going to show shows it, but there's this method, right, that people be using where he presses Kitchen super tight and then gets the reach in and it pushes him out of bounds, and that's what you were basically seeing in that situation right there. Now, if Kitchen were at half court, he probably could have thrown that lob, but we know the deal. I don't know if you guys do, where if the point guard isn't at half court, it's impossible to make that pass. It's going to throw it out of bounds pretty much. See right there with a nice little slip. Now, to give a little bit of insight to the slip, it wasn't a super high IQ one, but I noticed the scoreboard, obviously, right? Like, it's 18 points. Whenever you're at 18 points, the other team's generally going to be very hesitant to give up a three-pointer, especially with a build like Kitchen's at the points. You can see right there. Now, this right here was really bold. I'm not going to lie. That corner defender dropping off like that, when I could have just got it over to the corner easy like that, kind of bold. I'm not going to lie, but you're going to see why passing it over to Cook probably wasn't a good idea in the first place. I'm not going to lie. I'll show you guys a little clip between the game 1 and game 2. And this is actually game 2 right here, but I just want to show this first because it embodies what I was talking about with the whole speed of a big man thing in like the topic. But you can see right there, Cook kind of got lost on the steal attempt. I don't really know exactly what was going on there, but nice little putback by their big. Obviously, Cook is 6'4", like I said, minimum wingspan, shot creator takeover. He's not really the most dominant lockdown force when it comes to the interior stuff as well. Now, this right here is what we call testing their stupid, all right? So, not gonna lie, you'll see it in game 2, right? But essentially, the principle of this is exactly what I was talking about right there, how I knew they would give up, you know, a slip in the situation where, you know, it's 3 points and the game's over. Now, a smart big, as he kind of did right here in this situation, I'm not gonna lie, he didn't entirely. You can see him step out quite a bit, but a smart big is pretty much gonna camp paint in this situation because the last thing you can do is give up a wide open paint take with 20 points or 19 points. Those are gonna be the absolute worst things. You can see right there, it would have been an iffy lob though, so it definitely was gonna be a little bit questionable. But like I said, great game right there, and there was no really outstanding, you know, stat line when it came to our offense. It was 4 for 8 from Kitch, 0 for 1 from Cook, and then I had a turnover as well. But speed really got it done early on. I'm talking defense, transition, fast break lobs, and then my takeover allowed me to play better defense as well. Now, ideally, what I'm going to show you guys here is just to showcase my build's rebounding ability, but it's also going to add a little bit of humor to the video too. But I want you to understand, I use bronze box with no rebound chaser, and my build is capable of doing things like this. So you're going to see this dude Cook. I don't know what was going on. I don't mean to put him on the spot, but again, that's no rebound chaser right there. I want y'all to really realize that, how I have 86 vertical on this build, as well as still having 85 strength, 85 speed. It's honestly insane, and I think this is one of the most well-rounded builds in the game when it comes to the bigs. Obviously, the downfall of it is that it can't shoot and it creates poor spacing for, you know, your point guards and stuff. But look at this stuff, bro. I mean, it's honestly crazy. And you're gonna see he finally, you know, gets up his own shot and he, you know, shoots a hezzy. I'm not gonna lie, this catch and shoots be killing some people. But anyway, gets the green up right there. Boom, like 5 rebounds in a row right now. Anyway, so for the second gameplay I'm going to show you guys, I just want to show you they have the same build, same overalls, all that good stuff. Same with our lineup as well. I'm not going to lie, a lot of YouTubers, they be hiding that kind of stuff, not really showcasing the pregame intros, and it's just like, who are they even playing against? For all you guys know, one of these guys could have been an 85 overall in the first game that we played him, and then they just came back around with, like, you know, a better build. But like I said, I just want to show the pregame intros to showcase that. But you're going to see in this game, it's basically the same exact thing. Showcasing speed, the lob catching ability, the defensive, you know, versatility and stuff like that too. And I do want to mention too, it probably would have been better for this video if we did play rimsharp, because the outlook on defense for our team is pretty much, if it's an inside big, to always play hedge defense. We don't want to give up wide open twos when that's part of their game right there. Now, not going to lie, there's a couple things that I want to break down in this gameplay for y'all. In the last couple videos, I've talked about this, and a lot of people who are new to the channel may be catching on. Now, you can see he shoots a 100% smothered early. I've been telling y'all, earlies go long, lates go short. And you might have seen earlier in the video too, somebody shot a late from the corner and allowed for their big to get the rebound off that. But again, when you see that right there, I want you to really keep that in mind with every shot that you see in this game. I promise y'all, every single time, the earlies go long and the lates go short. You can see this is going to hit back rim. Now, it doesn't exactly mean that's where it's going to bounce to. It doesn't mean that the bounce is always going to be in the same exact spot, but it does always mean that's the exact same spot that it's going to hit. Earlies hit back rim, lates hit front rim. I'm telling y'all, it's a 100% fact. Go check out my rebounding tutorial too. I've made videos on this in the past as well. Y'all got a lot to catch up on. And then, hey, shout out to everybody that's been talking about binge watching my videos and stuff like that too, with this whole, you know, quarantine thing going on. I really do appreciate that. That means a ton to me. And you could see on that last possession right there, not gonna lie, like I was telling y'all, our outlook is to always play like a hedge defense. So I was just trying to step out to the point guard and then recover back to the big, and Cook wasn't really thinking the exact same thing. Now, you can see that right there. Nice little curl off lob. I've been teaching y'all about that too, how, you know, we try to avoid the corner side on those lobs right there, because obviously the corner side can impede that a little bit. But when you open up to that open side with no corner spot up in it, it makes it a whole lot easier to get those. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this game, we had a lot of defensive miscues and just things where I was getting stuck on the ball handler, like that one possession that you saw earlier, where we gave up a lot of threes on accident, just at the fact that I stepped out to the point guard. I thought Cook was gonna come back. We were gonna give up wide open twos if it had to, and I was just gonna hedge all the way out. But instead, he was thinking full switch in a lot of situations as well. So just understand that when I speak of it. But you can see right there, he was low-key going for the crab. You can see I step up pretty high for it because I'm not trying to let them get up threes anymore. And again, step up really high. I'm out here getting stuck on the point guard. Can't really do anything about it. That is the unfortunate thing about running Hall of Fame clamps. I feel like it puts you in more body up animations rather than, you know, as a hedge defender, I like to just step out, kind of tag the point guard and then get back. And it's so rare, bro, that I get to play hedge defense anymore because there's barely any people who run inside bigs in this game. Obviously, it has transitioned to straight rim sharps and stuff like that too. So really the consensus around pick and roll defense anymore is that it's always going to be pick and pop defense. So we always play sides against stuff like that. It doesn't really allow me to use my speed when it comes to the hedge defense ability, but the versatility that my build brings to the table as far as, like, you know, being able to stick the point guards in the ISO, it definitely, like, is still valued. I'm not going to sit here and say that my build is no longer good just because other inside bigs aren't good. It's literally just the fact that, you know, it's a different display of defense. That's why I use the Hall of Fame clamps as well, because, you know, obviously for me to have the versatility on defense is major to be able to step up on ball handlers. Right there, I get the illegal screen. I'm not gonna lie, for anybody who runs as a big man, you guys know those are completely random. I feel like they're all complete garbage and, you know, just RNG stuff where there really is not any, like, actual stick components that feature into a moving screen. I think it's so whack. And honestly, like, sometimes I'll literally even test this stuff out and be like, okay, let me just try to move while I set this screen to, like, prove a point. And I don't even get the illegal screens or anything like that. And then on stupid random ones, like for instance, that one probably could have been called as one and it didn't. So I don't know. It's all stupid random number generated stuff. Anyway, right there, nice pass by Kitchen, nice adjustment. I love seeing those moves from him as well. And again, shout out to my point guard, Kitchen. This stuff is so nice, like, nasty when he puts it on. I almost hit a Cleveland Brown nasty. It's it's so crazy the way he puts it all together. And I gotta say, like, I always want to show my love to Kitch. He's one of the best point guards out here when it comes to IQ stuff. Really, this is what makes me great, if we're being real. If I don't have a good point guard, I'm not really all that good in the pick and roll game, if we're being real. Now, I feel like I'd probably have a different outlook on this game if I didn't have Kitchen or another good point guard to run with. I would definitely be some two-way slashing playmaker ISO guy who just, you know, we're not going to talk about that too much. But anyway, y'all get the deal. This video is all about the speed and the pick and roll game. Boom. The chance of getting a chase down right there is major as well. And I want y'all to really keep that in mind too, because that right there could be the difference between 16 to 13 in a one possession game or 16 to 11 in a block. And now it's our ball. And, you know, even a 2-point shot is going to be a really big score where you see right there, try to run the slip again, but, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how he made that, and he has no dead eye either. But you see, I get the box out. I probably would have had that anyway. And that is another thing that, you know, we've been talking about in this video that I want y'all to really take away from this vid and keep in mind. How even if, you know, you sit here and think like, oh, 7-footers and 7 threes are so dominant, they're so hard to rebound against. For me personally, I don't think so at all. Maybe in rec, I guess, when they're just paint camping all game. But if any 7-3 is ever featured in the pick and roll game where he's setting screens, that dude is going to be awful at rebounding. He's going to be horrible at it because he has no mobility. He has no ability to go from setting a screen to grabbing an O-board or anything like that. On the defense, he has no mobility to step out to your point guards that you're running the screens with, like this right here. And this right here was the test their stupid stuff that I be talking about. Alright, so like I was saying before my Xbox really interrupted me, this thing won't even load up now and I'm on the Xbox app. But long story short, what I want to teach you guys right here is the fact that we have 19 points, right? And low-key, this is kind of clutch that I can use this mouse to like show y'all what I'm talking about. But we have 19 points and I'm testing this guy's IQ of whether he's going to step up or not. Obviously, Kitchen has the sharp takeover, so it makes me even more inclined to being like, yo, Kitch, let's try this out. I feel like he's gonna respect your sharp takeover that much more, and we're going to be able to get something easy like this. So again, like I'm saying, I feel like you should always make a jump shot win when there's even amount of points right here, or, you know, when it takes an even amount of points to win. So I'm talking, if all it takes is a dunk to win, I don't know why you'd ever think to give this up. I'm not gonna lie, maybe he's just testing his IQ and seeing, you know, if Kitchen's gonna shoot the shot. But like I was saying, never give this up. If you're a big man, ease up on your paint help. And this is the speed aspect as well. Like maybe he just like undercompensated for how much speed my player actually has, and that I was gonna be able to get that easy. Now he's out here crying on the floor. Hey man, like I said, shout out to my boy Cat Dog. I'm not gonna lie, this dude was struggling in this game. But again, it's all build oriented. Like if he had my build and I had his build, I wouldn't be able to do the stuff that I was doing, and I'd probably have problems guarding him. So that's why I'm trying to tell y'all that these tall bigs are not the way to go on this 3v3 court stuff, bro. Not even the 2s for that matter. Not even Pro-Am for that matter. In Pro-Am, I feel like I get a lot of comments talking about in Pro-Am, like, oh, is your build like too tall? Like, is it too short? Like, can you handle the bigs in Pro-Am? Bro, like nobody does that paint camping stuff when it comes to like comp Pro-Am. Now, if you're talking like true, and I'll pause it real quick just to show y'all the box score. But if you're talking like true, like 5 teams of 5, like team Pro-Am, right? Nobody needs these gigantic 7-3 rims, bro. Nobody's camping paint with them. I'm not gonna lie, is it a problem for me sometimes? Yes, I suppose, but it is what it is. If somebody's gonna sit there and camp paint with their 7-3 paint, like pure rim, we're not gonna lose to a dude like that in the first place. Now, for y'all, it may be different. I understand not everybody has like comp point guards like my boy Kitchen right here, and not everybody has lockdowns to, you know, compensate for the fact that you can run the transition stuff and take advantage of your speed like my player has. But for anybody that's comp, they know these 7-3s are not the way to go in any game mode. 3s, 2s, like Pro-Am, anything like that. So anyway, if y'all made it to the very end of the video, put Cat Dog in the comments to show your support this made it all the way through to the end of this one. And shout out to my boy. Like I said, I don't really know him, but I don't want anybody being offended or, you know, getting called out for, you know, being on my videos and stuff like that when they didn't request it at all. And low-key, to show you guys one more thing as well, I'm not gonna lie. So this is the third game, if anybody's curious of like how the outcome of this one was, 27-23. You can see Cat Dog had a nice little game, 12-3-3. But anyway, I just want to show y'all this at the end of this video. Anyway, like I said, if you made it to the very end of the vid, put Cat Dog in the comments to show your support that you made it all the way through to the end of this one. If we get this to 1,000 likes in the first 24 hours, I would really appreciate that. Y'all know the deal. And other than that, hope y'all enjoyed. Take it easy, man. Peace.